Ooh, here we go. This is it.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. I'm looking for Silent Hill.
I think you should stay away. This town,
Angela.
there's something wrong with it.
Is it dangerous?
Music,
Maybe.
visuals.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
I don't know. I'm not sold on the designs, facial designs, and the voices. Ooh, spooky.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Oh, nurses. Dodge. We got to dodge. Hey, these animations look better. I like the fact you can shoot them in the legs and then they'll react accordingly. Ooh, bugs. Oh boy. Remember those guys? The hook hand guys.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
Oh, Abstract Daddy. Okay, we got a new arenas, because this fight before took place in a very small room.
No,
Oof.
please.
Oh man, I want to do like a full breakdown of that. It looks a lot better. I'm not sold on the voice acting. I'm not sold on the way that the faces look. I am sold on the improvements to combat.
Capcom announced this next
I
game
like,
last December.
you know, I'm gonna
offering
mute
just
this.
a glimpse.
I really like the little touches they added with Abstract Daddy. Like it's the same design, but they have him poking his head through this like sheet, you know, which is a recurring motif throughout the Silent Hill 2. So they're adding a bit to that. We have an expanded arena. I would love to see more in-depth combat when it comes to the boss fights because they're relatively simple in the original. You know, they're pretty much just like tight quarters, running in a circle, dodging attacks. Like I would love to see more in-depth as far as that goes. I was pleased to see a dodge mechanic. And there was a block in the original game, but we saw that there. There's a block. There's a dodge. We saw them react organically to where you hit them. So all that's really cool. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's just like the story stuff really needs to hit. I love the way that the world looks. We saw like day and night. And we saw the fog, of course. We saw bugs. They didn't have like the bugs on the wall in the original, so that's new. The other world looks good. The music, of course, sounds good. It just sounds like a remix of the original, which is really all they need to do. So this is the first scene where you first meet Angela, and she's a really big, important character in this story, like one of the side
I'm
characters.
sorry. I was just...
It's okay.
I don't know, the tone of voice I'm not sold on. It's like too low pitched and
Scare you.
but then again
kinda
the voice
lost.
acting was always a little on the awkward side. But I love the finer details here, just how grungy everything looks. You know, the finer detail in the foliage. And I mean, for Bloober Team, this is really big.
This town, there's something wrong with it.
Look at that monster in the background. The monster sounds are good.
Dangerous?
Maybe.
I think it's cool that they focused the trailer on Angela and showed that boss battle of Abstract Daddy in there. And they're definitely peeling it out slowly. So I would expect the next trailer to focus on Lisa or Eddie, you know, and we have these side characters, and each of them has kind of a boss battle involved. Dodge mechanic. I mean, these definitely look better. The enemy animations, a lot of people in the last trailer said his animations were stiff. And, you know, honestly, I don't care about that as much as the nurses, like how the monsters look. So there's grapple. You can get in a grapple state and probably have to mash the button to escape. At least we have a date for this game now, October 8th. Did it say that and I totally missed it? Yeah, it did. Hell yeah, dude. I'm so excited. We're going to be streaming this on October 8th. You better believe it. Your boy is here. I love that it's in time for the spooky season. This is the game I've been waiting for. I'll probably buy this game physical. I might. I know it's exclusive for PlayStation for a while. I don't have a PS5, but when it comes out to Xbox, which I do have a new Xbox, I might actually just buy it again. If the remake is good, I might just buy it again just to have a physical copy because I'm that much of a Silent Hill fan. I love Silent Hill, so I'm definitely going to want to purchase it more than once. I wouldn't have an issue with that. But from what I understand, it's like a 1-year exclusivity, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does come to Xbox. I'm liking a little extra gore, because if you didn't know, Silent Hill 2 was pretty light on the actual like blood and gore. Part of that was because they're censored in Japan, and part of that was just stylistically, they're more about mood, atmosphere, and psychology. That's more important to Silent Hill than actually seeing, body parts and stuff like that. But now that we're in higher def, you can't really get away with not showing some more blood than there was originally. So we're getting a bit more brutality here. And I'm liking that we're seeing, like, the black, oily blood. It's not just, like, red blood. Because the black, oily stuff, remember the armless guys that go like this, and they explode this like oily sludge stuff. So keeping that motif going. But yeah, so shooting the leg and then the monster goes down in its knee. If you haven't played Silent Hill 2, you don't realize how big this is. This has never been done in a Silent Hill game before. This level of detail in the animations. The best you would see is like, oh, you hit them above, they flinch up. Because like most of the Silent Hill games, you're not actually aiming. So this is one of the first third-person over-the-shoulder ones, as opposed to fixed camera. So we get to actually, and I love the tag teaming. Shoot him in the leg, get him down. This is me strategy playing this. This is how I'm going to play this game. Get him down, and then go in close for the kill. That's the strategy. And then you stomp him on the ground, which stomping was there, but you see the extra brutality, man. I'm sorry for just playing the same thing over and over again. But yeah, and then we see him scurrying. We got a school bus in there. Those bugs. And of course, these are very recognizable. I'm curious to see, like, how faithful of a remake it is. Like, are we literally doing all the same levels, the exact same layouts? Because I am open to them expanding a little bit and making the areas more labyrinthian. A bit more places to explore. I'm okay if they change it up. I actually want them to change it up. I don't want just literally the same thing, because we're doing a remake. We shouldn't just make the remaster of the old one, I mean, I would be fine with that too, but it wouldn't be the same as the potential for a remake. Just make something new out of it,
Tell him I'll be good, please.
Is it just me, or does she look and sound like Savannah Brown? If you guys know who that is. She does, bro.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
But yeah, she's of course somebody who was abused as a kid, and this is the version of him in her mind. So she is stuck in that childish state, so she's like crouched in the closet, in the dark, crying and stuff. It's there. I don't know if the acting is there, if it sold me on that, but we'll see. But again, like, this is what really excites me here, because the combat in the original game is just, let's be honest, it's my favorite game of all time, okay? Can I say something a little critical? That's the weak point. That's the weak point, because it's really pretty basic, and the boss fights were putting you in a box, like it's a really tiny room. I love the aesthetics of the room, the way it looks, and everything is cool, and the tension is there. But as far as gameplay, you're just running around in a circle and then popping off rounds every now and again. It's very simplistic. So I like that we're breaking through this wall. We have a bigger arena, and it has this like mood red tone. You see the walls have this pulsating thing which I think is, you know, symbolic of, you know, like sexual abuse. But there's a lot of deep stuff in Silent Hill. It gets really dark, but it's all under the surface, so you have to think about it, and it becomes scarier later because you start to understand what these things actually mean. That's what makes Silent Hill 2 so resonant. Like, I've been thinking about this game, like, practically daily since I played it back in high school over 10 years ago. And when you see that, you know, that shows me they're trying to preserve the original and the meaning of it and expand on it a little bit. Because I would like to see environmental hazards. We got, like, this gear thing. Like, this is all different. It was just kind of a tiny room before. Now we got a full arena. I would love to see, you know, a specific move set we have to learn how to combat. So I'm really encouraged by this. That they're not just, you know, you can't in 2024 just do the boss fights the same way. You just can't do it. All right, here we go, boys. It's happening. Reaction time. That music. Look at his serious face, though.
皆さんこんにちは。サイレントヒルの情報をお伝えする番組サイレントヒルトランスミッションへようこそ。サイレントヒルシリーズのプロデューサーを務める岡本元井です。前回は多くのタイトルの最新情報を一気にお届けしましたが、今回はサイレントヒル2についての情報にフォーカスした第2回目のサイレントヒルトランスミッションとなります。ぜひ最後まで配信をご覧ください。先ほどプレイステーションの配信番組でもサイレントヒル2の新たなトレーラーが公開されましたが、それとはまた別のゲームプレイ映像をご覧いただきたいと思います。それではこちらをどうぞ。
Blood and gore, sexual themes. Alright, we got another new trailer. Let's go, dude. I'm hyped. Psychological horror, man. Let's go. That fog. Ooh, look at that. Those flapping in the wind, dude. I'm loving this detail. Faithfully remade in the original vision.
What could she mean?
Special place. I mean, they're saying all the right things.
This whole town was our special place.
There's Maria. She's got a tattoo.
You promised you'd take me there again someday.
Oof,
But
this is
you
from
never
the end of the
did.
game. Ooh, I'm getting the emotions, man. I'm getting the goosebumps. Let's go. The music is sounding good.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said Mary. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. Is she really alive?
See some gameplay. Let's go. Yes. Crank it up, bro. Can you guys hear this just fine? Oh, look at this, dude. Loving all the detail in the
What
road.
is this?
That's like the black tar stuff from the Restless guys. Loving this foliage. They kind of make it look like it's been abandoned.
Hey, wait.
Ooh, we're getting the first encounter. Oh, we got a run button. Holy shit. Amazing. Ooh, look at this. Oh, we gotta crawl in there, bro? Hell no. I mean, they got the color scheme down, you know? This looks like a new area. I don't know if I recognize it. Oh, they changed where the original encounter takes place in an alleyway, and now it's in a house. Oh, they really emphasize the body bag. You see the difference. Got the same angles. Oh, he's right up on you. Oh, shit. Oh, it's not even black bile. It's like vomit now. Ooh, dodge. Good dodge. Brutal. Looks good to me. Oh, look at that. Just pools of blood. So it's a very similar scene, but we're in a house instead of an alleyway, which is an interesting decision. I don't know why, what the thinking was there, but maybe it's just because they wanted to have a natural place for you to actually grab some wood, because it was just kind of randomly there in the alleyway. Maybe they're like, okay, we gotta have somewhere where it feels natural for him to grab that, you know, not just it lying.
Where are you, Mary?
I saw syringes there, so that's another health item. Before we had drinks and first aid kit. Ooh. Okay. Looks like an LA Noire thing. Oh, look at that. I love the animation on the paper itself, you know. Oh, here she is. Lisa.
What you got there?
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait!
Damn. That kid's brutal, man.
How do you know her name?
Maria. They don't even bother to introduce us. Okay, we're in the hospital.
Where did she go?
I don't know. Let's look around.
So Maria's basically like the dream version of Mary, like who he kind of wishes Mary could be. So like the hotter version, to be crass.
This place feels so empty.
Ooh.
More than the other places we've been.
I like that you can hear that she's in the other room. And of course it's big that we don't have loading screens behind every door. That's big. That was a jump scare. That's the save point. I see it. I'm loving the attention to detail in the background. They really make it feel dilapidated, broken down. More so than the original even. You know, just the fact that they can put all this detail in there. I don't know, man. I'm loving it. That's creepy. Maria looks very similar to Ashley from Resident Evil 4. Well, the original Silent Hill 2 came out 2 years early. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I mean, I guess like blonde hair as well. But other than that, I don't know. She's a little older. I'm loving this extended gameplay section we're looking at. Creepy music.
There.
Laura! Wait!
So she's drawing a monster.
It's okay. We don't want to hurt you.
The outfit?
God damn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
Where is that girl?
I'm just thinking of the original one. It's pretty faithful. So, of course, as a survival horror game, you can sneak past, or you can run, or you can fight. So that's the biggest strategy. Oh. So there's infinite potential for great scares. Oh, I love that. Flickering lights. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, you gotta stun them and then whack them. Maybe there isn't a block. I thought we saw one in the first trailer, but I might be wrong. He's got like a mouth taped shut, which I find interesting. He's out of ammo though. You guys seeing that too? The mouth taped shut? That's interesting. Because of course the nurses have a specific meaning behind them as well. It does seem like they've toned down, like they're supposed to be like sexy nurses. Seems like they might have toned that down, which I wouldn't really like because they're supposed to represent his repressed sexuality from when his wife was in the hospital. That's what it's supposed to represent. Ooh, that's spooky. Hearing fleshy sounds out of a teddy bear. What is that? Bent needle. I don't recognize that offhand. It's been a little bit... It's been like 2 years since I played it. Ooh, shotgun. I love me some shotguns. It'll be interesting to see if they add anything as far as like upgrades for weapons. I think it would be an interesting opportunity to have like attachments, you know, a la Resident Evil, to have a bit more depth to the weapon systems. They don't need it, but they can have it. Do you see that twitching there? Damn, that's spooky, bro. I'm loving the way these hallways look. I was gonna say, bro, come on, let us hear the locked door sound. We know we're gonna hear that 95% of the time. Oh, nasty. I wonder if we're gonna see the hanging upside down guys, because that happens in the hospital pretty early. Yeah, I'm seeing the comments, but I'm just like focused on the game right now. But yeah, I will definitely get to it. You understand that some people think that remasters and remakes are the same. Yeah, they're not the same at all. Yep. Oh, yeah. I love how he flips. They react when you hit them, which is huge. He like flipped over. Remakes are built up from the ground up. Yeah, like this one. Remasters, yeah, use the source code. Difference from Resident Evil 2 Remake is the game didn't have melee combat. I mean, it had a knife, right? You could use sub-weapons. You could use the knife. I use the knife a lot in my speed runs. But yeah, not to the same degree. I can see what you're saying.
Laura,
Resident Evil isn't as big on the melee in general.
why do you keep running away from me? And how do you know about Mary?
Mary's my friend. We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying! Laura, I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
Fine! Don't believe me! See if I care!
Hey!
Let go!
Sorry, Laura, but I can't let you just run around this place. You might get hurt.
Hurt by what?
Look, just stay with me, okay? This is no place for a kid.
This is good acting right here. The kid is especially good.
There's something I gotta get.
Laura,
It's important.
And it looks like a kid too, you know?
what is it?
A letter. For Mary.
What?
I hid it. In there.
Oh, damn. Get chills, bro. The creaky doors, the footsteps.
Sure this is where you left it?
It's in the back. Behind an old pipe.
Okay, wait here.
Yeah, this is very similar.
Open the door, Laura.
Why should I?
I kept
I'm
saying
a liar,
Lisa,
right?
it's Laura.
Want me to open it?
Oof.
Huh? Do
Fan
ya?
card revoked.
Let me out of here, you little brat!
In your dreams, fart face.
Yeah, I knew we would get this scene.
There's something in here.
Sure there is. A big lying fart face. See a fart face?
Laura!
She's so good. They nailed it. Laura. Can't believe I said Lisa a bunch. I get names wrong sometimes, okay, guys? This scene is one of the standouts in the original. Okay, we're not gonna get to see the actual thing. Alright, we saw it bursting through the ceiling. The attention to detail is really good. I even loved how, like, her face was framed in the window in the hospital. I love how we can see the, like, parts of the ceiling fall in, you know, and all that, and just the overall
皆
aesthetic.
さんいかがでしたでしょ
They're
うか
nailing it, dude.
真のサイコロジカルホラーであり
Mind you,
シリー
Sherry
ズ最高
Birkin?
傑作
I
として
guess,
評され
but
た
it's
サイ
just,
レントヒル
just
2 の
because
ス
they're
トー
both
リー
kids,
がそのまま
but
に本作では
Laura's
イギリス
a
の世界
lot
観に
more of a
没頭で
trickster,
きるよ
as
う
you
に
just saw.
ゲー
You
ムデ
know,
ザイン
Sherry
や
not so
ユー
much.
ザー体験を強化していますそして
Sherry's
すで
just
に発
scared.
表いたしました通り発売日は10月8日
October
です
8th, dude.
こちらはプレイステーション5
Pre-order
と
now?
Steam で
Okay.
リリースされます
I'm sorry to say, but I
ま
probably
た
am going to
プレイステーションストアと Steam にて本日から
I
予約
know,
の
don't
受付を
pre-order
開始してい
games.
ま
I
す
know, I
これから
know.
ご
But I'm
紹介する
going
事前予約
to.
特典などもご確認いただきアクセスして
Pre-order
みてくだ
bonus
さい
content.
では
I
こ
have
こから
to,
は
guys.
商品ラインナップのご紹介です
Oh boy, here we go.
本作のスタンダードエディションを事前予約していただくことで特典としてミラのマスクがつき
Get
ま
some
す
cosmetics.
そし
I mean,
て
I'm
プレ
probably
イ
going
ス
to
テ
play
ーシ
this
ョン
game
5
multiple
限定
times,
で
so
ロビー・ザ・ラビッ
cosmetics.
トのマスクも入手可能
you
です
get the dog ending and
続い
the
てはデラックスエ
and
デ
the
ィションの
bunny
ご紹介
in
です
the third game.
デラックスエディションにはサイレントヒル
Digital
2の世界観
soundtrack.
を
We
よ
get the
り
pizza
楽しんでい
box
ただくためのデジタルアートブ
and
ッ
digital art
クサウ
book.
ンドトラッ
Okay.
クそしてピラミッド
I
ヘ
mean,
ッ
I
ド
want
の
the
マスクが含ま
soundtrack.
れます
Digital
ア
art
ート
book.
ブ
Why
ックは
not?
コンセプトアーティストの伊藤正弘さん
Yeah,
が
you
デ
see
ザイン
those
した
red
クリーチャーの
squares
ほか
and
登
red
場するキャラク
definitely
ターやさまざまなロケーションのコンセプトアートが
continuing theme
130枚以
from
上収録さ
the
れています
save points
ま
being
た
red, the
サウン
red
ドトラッ
pyramid
クは
thing,
今
red is
回
a
も
big
原作と
thing.
同じように山岡明さんが手掛けており
You love
原
my
作の
editing
楽曲
skills
のア
on
レンジ
Zach's
版の
channels? I
ほか
appreciate that.
新曲も収録されて
We
いま
have
す
two more editors
ど
other
ちら
than
も
just me.
シリーズファンの方
We
には
have
満足いただけるコンテンツになっていますので
Zach's
楽し
wife
みにして
edits
いただ
for
ければ
us,
と思いま
as
す
well as we got a newer guy,
そして
Jake,
デラックスエディ
does
ショ
a
ン
lot
を
of
事前
the
予約していただ
vertical
くこと
videos.
で特典とし
I
て
do all the
ミラの
long
マスク
videos
と
as of
プ
right
レイ
now,
ステーショ
other
ン
than
5
Flip
限
Friday.
定でロビー・ザ・ラビットのマスクが入手可能ですさらに
Okay,
特別
so
な
you
特典
get
と
oh
し
you
て
get it early
い
on
ち早くサイ
PlayStation
レントヒル
5.
2を楽しんでい
How
ただ
about
くことができる48時間の先行アクセス券
Oh,
をプレゼントいたしま
do
す
we just have
こ
to
ちらの
pay
一
extra
覧
for
表
early
で各エディ
access?
ションの特典をご確認くださいサイレントヒル2をより早く体験でき世界観を丸ごと楽しんでいただけるデ
Pre-order, we
ラッ
get
クスエディションの
48-hour
事前予
early
約が
access.
おすすめです皆様ぜひご予約の
Comes with
上
digital only.
発売をお待ちください
Okay.
さてコナミとゲームの開発会社であるブルーバーチームが
I guess
タッ
I'm
グを組
getting
んで
that
お
then.
送りするサイレント
I
ヒル
guess we'll
2
play
で
it
す
on
が
October
ブ
6th.
ルーバーチームのスタッフからメッセージ映像を受け取っていますこちらをご覧くだ
All
さ
right,
い
Bloober team coming at us now from Poland.
I'm very excited for people to play this game. There's no one aspect that I could say that
I need these
I
shirts that
want
they have,
people to
dude.
experience because I want people to experience all of it. It's such a journey. It's such a big part of
They
our
said they're
lives.
announcing
and I
new
just want
merch, so
people
if it's
to be
a
able to
t-shirt, it
see
might. I mean, that cover art, they nailed it with the cover art. You never played a Silent Hill game before?
I think
Well,
the
hopefully
biggest
this
challenge
is
that we had
the right time to
was
jump
actually
in.
how to make
They're
the
kind of
game
hard to get
approachable
because
for
you
the
can't really
newcomers
buy
who
them
have
new
not played the
anymore.
original, but at the same
Other
time
than,
to still retain the
some of the ones that aren't
familiarity
as good.
of the game that player remembers from 20 years ago.
Our goal from the very beginning was to maintain the game's atmosphere while modernizing the gameplay to make it competitive in 2024.
Competitive is an interesting word, but I get what he means, just to
In the
like...
remake, the story remains largely
compete
the
with
same.
Resident Evil and
However,
stuff.
with the magic of modern technology, we're able to expand on some of its aspects.
The hardest
Classic
was
puzzle.
designing combat. We want to be as faithful as possible to the original game, but also we want players to feel satisfaction while playing, remembering that we need to fit.
If you
in
can get
horror
a
genre
copy of Silent Hill
standards.
2 somewhere, I'd give the original a try. But,
So when making a game with static cameras,
does
you as
have
a
the
designer
fixed
have
camera
much
angle,
more
so it's
control
a
over what
bit
players sees,
janky
where
to
they
try to
go, and
play
so
now.
on. The change for the third-person perspective was a challenge. That being said, it's a chance for us to expand this world, to show the players new elements that were previously inaccessible, and just make this game richer.
So the main thing that requires rethinking was the fog, because it was called classic in the original game, and it's a veil that covers the world and makes the player to feel even more isolated.
What's funny is the fog was made
New technologies gives us a chance to do things that were not possible during the earlier generations of video games.
They were just
For
hiding the
narrative,
world.
This is very visible
but now
in
it probably
expressions. We
takes
can tell
more
so much
technology to
through
actually
just
render
the
that
subtle
now.
changes on characters' faces.
It's kind of a reversal. But yeah, I mean, the mocap seems
The presented
good.
gameplay footage shows a fragment of the city from the beginning of the game and sections in Brookhaven Hospital. The fight against monsters is prepared in a more tactical form.
Ooh, look at
and
that.
it's mainly based on the
Reflective.
varied designs of the enemies. James is not used to fighting, so his arsenal of attacks is limited. Adapting your approach to the
Yeah,
situation
the jankiness
will
is
be
a
the key to
feature, because
success.
he's not really supposed to
However,
be like
your
this
playing style, among
highly
other
trained
things, determines what ending
character,
you will
you know?
discover.
What did he say about the ending?
However, your playing style,
Playing
among,
style,
other,
among
things,
other things,
determines what
determines
ending,
what
you, will
ending
discover.
you will discover. That makes sense, you know, if it ties in with how the original one picks the endings. I wonder if they're going to add any or if they
本
have
当
any
に
new
サイレン
ideas
トヒル
there.
2を大好きな人たちがこのリメイクに関わっています。細部ま
Everyone's
で
a
こだわって
fan,
作ってい
dedicated
ます
to
ので
delivering
ご期
quality.
待ください。
I'm liking
さ
what
ら
I'm
に
seeing
ゲ
so
ームの
far.
中でジェームス役、メアリ
Oh,
ー
we'll see
と
the
マリア
cast
役を
now.
演じてくれたキャストのインタビューも届いていま
Earlier,
す。
Resident Evil
こ
2
ちらもご
Remake
覧く
didn't
ださ
have
い。
actual melee combat using pipes or blunt objects.
So I'm
Yeah,
Rick Roberts,
that
and
that
I'm
was
playing James
kind of a key
Sunderland
difference
in the remake of Silent
between
Hill
the
2.
original ones.
My name is Salome Gunnarsdottir and I play Mary/Maria.
When you're playing an iconic character such as James Sunderland, you obviously have to respect the original.
When playing these characters
They're saying
in
the
this
right
game,
things.
the thing that I paid most attention to was the original game.
So he is not an action hero by any means. He is just a guy who is a little lost at the top of this game, and in a sense of he is to a greater extent in a bewildered state.
Yeah, I
so
think
it's very
Resident Evil could have a
interesting,
bit more
charting
melee
his-
combat. That would be cool.
His journey.
This one, we're trying to honor something.
But in
that's
Resident Evil,
already
you're
made.
mostly playing people
And
who
so
are trained.
it's not
You know, you got
me creating something, it's
policemen,
me
soldiers, etc.
channeling something.
The tone of this game is very important, and the team at Bloober were very keen to create an incredible atmosphere for the gamers.
I do believe that this will be trying its very best to capture and recapture the atmosphere, the vibe, and the story, and sometimes like the literal
I like her.
words and moments
I think she's really good for
of the
Maria.
original.
Never even questioned it, you know.
本作では
When he's
俳
just
優の
standing
表
there
情と演
serious,
技を
it's
パ
kind
フォー
of
マン
funny
ス
to
キャ
me.
プチャーすることで心理描写を強化していますのでぜひ期待していただければと思います。ゲームについての情報はここまでとなります。
Okay.
続いては
Shifting gears,
映
yeah,
画
to the movie.
リターントゥサイレントヒルの最新
I
情
wonder
報
if
が
it's
届
going to
い
be
て
more
い
than
ま
just
す。
that one
ご覧
screenshot
く
we
ださ
already
い。
saw. We getting a trailer? Oh, dang. Okay, here we go. The loading screen,
I came
classic
to
loading
adapt
screen.
Silent Hill 2 with respect and passion. It's an act of passion for me. I consider that the four first games are a masterpiece, very modern
I
and
agree.
very transgressive piece of art.
I
The second
agree.
game is the most adult of all the Silent Hill. It's a story of James Sunderland. He has lost his beloved bride and he decided to go back to Silent Hill to find her. And he realized that basically the town has changed. It became something like a hell, his own hell. And he's going through all this circle of hell to find her back and find also somewhere a
Looks
truth
pretty good.
about himself. This film had an emotional level to the horror, and certainly because of that, the horror is even more disturbing, even more unsettling. I consider that the first film was like
gets
an
it.
epic journey for horror. This one is much more like
Maybe this game will
a
make you a
deep
Silent Hill fan.
dive
I hope so,
into
man.
the psychological horror. On the first film, production design
You know how much I
of
love
Silent
Resident
Hill
Evil, but
was
Silent Hill is
I
like
remember that all my energy
next
was
level up for me. Just
on this
from an
one, I
artistic
had the great
perspective.
surprise to realize that the people who were going to help me on the production design, but also on the makeup, but also on the costume, but also
The production
on
design in the
every
original
level of the
film,
I had
they
in
nailed
front of
it.
me very young
The story,
technicians who knew
not
the
quite
game,
as much.
the film, and love them. The level
This
of
is the same
enthusiasm
director?
that I met on this film
Oh.
to create that strange world of Silent Hill
Wow.
was quite unexpected. I was thinking to myself, okay, I will have to explain
Wow.
a lot this film to my crew. And in fact,
It seems like it's
No.
going to be faithful.
I didn't have
I hope
to,
so.
because they were the
They had
2.0
Abstract Daddy in there.
generation
They had
of
Angela.
Silent Hill lovers, and that helped me a lot. And I think that the level of design on this film
It looks
is
amazing.
so high
Production
because
design.
It's made
That was
by
never in
people who
question
knew
for me.
the film and the game. So that's very gratifying and very emotional.
I have mixed feelings on the
Christoph
original
is
film,
really faithful
but I
and
like it more than I used
respectful to Silent Hill, and that's why Konami has always
It wasn't as
been
faithful as it
really
should have been, I
supportive.
think.
We are working on their property, and we are
But this is
working
looking
on their.
like it. Oh,
this
Heaven's
is
Night,
their
there it
treasure.
is. The
I
music
kept
and everything.
One of the main
Look at
ideas
that.
of the first film, which is that all the creatures are played by dancers and acrobats. If
Yeah.
the first film has
They
not
nailed the
aged
creatures
badly,
before.
it's because the creatures were actually in front of the actor on the set. So all the monsters on this film are played by real person with physic gift.
The
They have
physicality of it
created
is why
a
the
level
movie
of
still holds up.
Strangeness
Like,
and harmony.
it
into
still,
monstrosity
effects-wise,
of things,
looks like it
which I
could come out
think,
today. It looks better than
is actually very
CGI-filled
disturbing.
films of the current year because
Akira Yamaoka
they really
is
nailed
not
it.
only the composer of the first 4 original
That's the best
games
part of the
the
original
franchise.
film.
He was also the producer and the director of the game. So
He wasn't the
Akira
director of the
Yamaoka,
games, but,
through his music has
we can give him that one, I
given
guess.
to the game more
Andrea
than
from
just
Walking
the
Dead,
sound
yeah,
of
she was in the
game,
original
soul
film,
of the
yeah.
game. And I have a great knowledge about soundtrack, but I don't know
Game
any
development
knowledge
has fascinated you.
that
Yeah,
will be
I
like
love
the one of Silent Hill.
art
Yes,
and
Akira Yamaoka
behind the
is,
scenes stuff. You know, I'm an artist myself, and I
that's
worked
very
on
important
films,
for me,
so
because,
I love
I'm
the creative
working
process.
on his creation. I never
I want to get more into that
It's
on the
exactly
future of
like
this
adapting
channel.
a great
Oh,
book.
Maria,
It's
there she
important
is.
To show respect and humility into
She looks
this
good.
process.
But yeah, I want to get more into the actual creative process because, you know, I'm covering stuff from a fan
いかがで
perspective,
したでしょうか。
but I want to bring
映
more of
画
my
の完成が
professional
楽しみになりますね。
life into
ゲ
it.
ームとは少し異なる解釈で作られたもう一つのサイレントヒル2。
But yeah,
ゲームと映
Andrea,
画をぜひとも
she
両方体
played
験してみてください。
Sybil
続い
in
て
the
は
original Silent
サイレン
Hill
トヒ
film.
ルシリーズの最新グッ
New
ズ情報を
merch!
ご覧くだ
Let's
さい。
go!
最初にご紹介するのはサイレントヒル2のグッズです。まずはグ
They
ッド
got
スマイルカ
a
ンパ
what
ニ
are
ーの
those
商品
things
です。
called? The Funko Pops?
リ
They
メイ
got a
ク版
Funko
サイレン
Pop.
トヒル2より
I already got my
シリーズ屈指の
figure.
人気クリ
I'm
ーチャ
good with the one I
ーレッド
got.
ピラミッドシング
You
が
guys see that?
ネンドロイドになって登場です。
There he is.
オプションパーツとして付属する大ナタと槍を付け替えてお楽しみいただける
Swappable
仕様
knife
とな
and
ってい
spear.
ます
That one does that too.
次の商品はこちら
Ah, they got the
結婚よ
dog.
り犬エンド6分の
If
1
you don't know,
ス
the
ケール
dog
貯金
is
箱
like
スタチュ
one
ー
of
の
the
予約
joke
受付が
endings
いよいよ本日より始まり
that
ま
you
す
can unlock. That's just kind
物
of
語
fun.
のすべては柴犬のミラが操作していたという確信文具通称犬エンドがスタチューになりました
Now that they
単な
might
るス
get
タチュ
me.
ーではなく
I
コ
think
ンソール
Gecko
を
is
貯
the
金箱に
same
すること
company
で
that did that.
実用的なアイテムとなっています
Maybe
ファ
not.
ナ
I
ティッ
don't
ク
know.
からはサイレントヒルに登場するさまざまなアイテムが
Fanatic
実際の商
launches
品となっ
various
て
goods
登場し
featuring
ます
Silent Hill key
まず
items.
は
Okay,
コイ
we
ンパ
got
ズルセットとなり
coin
ます
puzzle set.
原
That's
作の
cool.
サイレントヒル2においてブルークリークアパート105号室にある
Okay.
ドレッサーのくぼみに入れる3枚のコインを再現しました
We'll see how
コ
much
インの
that
3
is. I
枚
don't
セッ
know.
ト
I'm
で
tempted.
ゲーム内のパズルを模した特
I'll
製ディ
pass
ス
on
プ
the
レイボック
pyramid
スに入
thing
れてお
though.
届けします続いてパープルブルキーカードとなります、こちらも
Another
原
key
作の
card.
サイレントヒル2のブルック
Making
ヘイ
things
ブン
out
病院にあ
of
る
the
ルイーズパ
keys
ズル
that
の
you
箱を
find
開ける
throughout
の
the
に必
game.
要なパープル
I
キー
wonder
カ
how
ー
they're
ド
gonna
を再
update
現
the
しています
puzzles. We didn't get any
5000点限
talk
定
about
シ
difficulty
リアルナンバー
mode.
を
The
封入
original
して
one
お
had
届けします
different puzzle
ご
difficulties.
紹介した2商品以外にも
Limited
ご覧の
quantities,
グ
it
ッズ
looks
を
like.
ご用意しています
Okay, we
詳
got the
細は
medallion,
ファナティックの公式ホームページをご確認ください。
I would definitely buy all that. Oh, yo, look at his jacket, bro. That's good. It might be worth buying that so I can have a... It could be my Halloween costume, dude. And we could play it. We could play the game in costume. That'd be cool, right? I could put on a wig. That's cool. You remember seeing the film when you were a kid? It was a little bit... I was too young for it when it came out. Ooh, look at this. Little 3D box art thing. The fan of me wants to buy all this stuff, other than I'll pass on the Pyramid Head thing because I already got a cooler one. Oh, dude, stop showing me things I want to buy. Stop. I did play this. I have a review of it. It was a little disappointing, not gonna lie. Didn't quite go as deep as it should have. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't really recommend it, honestly. Even though it's free, I wouldn't recommend it. They tried, they just didn't stick the landing. But they're trying to reach younger audience, which, you know, if that succeeds, that's all good. You didn't like it? You played it? Yeah, it's pretty basic. Just the story wasn't there for me. That's cool. I'll pass on that, but I do like the design of the creature. That was the one thing they did well, I think. And the other world looked good too. It was just, like, the story was just so surface level, man. But I like that. I mean, it's cool that it has the purple flowers in it and stuff. The soundtrack, I would listen to that again. Yeah, it's free to listen to. Okay, YouTube Music. I'll listen to it because it is by the legendary composer that we all love, so worth checking out. 80 songs for a game that short? That's unreal. They're probably all like 30 seconds. Okay, I'll take a listen to it tonight.
皆さんいかがでしたでしょうか。サイレントヒルシリーズの世界観を表現したグッズをぜひお買い求めください。それでは最後に本日ここまで皆さんにお届けしてきた中での一番のトピックスをもう一度。サイレントヒル2は10月8日発売。そして本日から予約開始となっております。ぜひ皆さんこの配信の後にチェックをお願いします。本日はようやくサイレントヒル2の新しい情報をお届けすることができて嬉しく思っています。ぜひ発売まで楽しみにしていただければと思います。
Demo available now?
またこのサイレントヒルトランスミッションでは今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。続行を楽しみにしていてください。本日はご視聴いただきありがとうございました。
Thank you, sir. Keep doing what you're doing, man. All right. I really like that showcase there. Really good. I was skeptical of the film even. The film teasers got me encouraged. I love what I'm seeing. The production design looks great. It looks like a faithful adaptation as opposed to the original one, which was not very faithful. This one looks like it is sticking to the story beats. Every scene that we saw in there I recognized. That's encouraging. And the gameplay demo that we got of the Silent Hill 2 remake was the best showing yet, better than that trailer we got at PlayStation. We actually get to see the game play out, and it really does look better than we've ever seen it. And I think they are really listening to this criticism. You know, he doesn't look as old as he did originally. They toned that down. They added more in-depth animations. You know, his character looks a bit more realistic. I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as, you know, having the character, the enemies react to where you shoot them, and just kind of the dodge mechanic and how everything links together. I'm not expecting a 10 out of 10 amazing combat experience. I don't think that's reasonable, but it does look more engaging than what we've seen. I'm hoping this will be better than that short message game. Oh, it's 100% going to be better. I mean, just by virtue of actually having an in-depth story, combat experiences. It's not just going to be getting chased around. Even if it's not the perfect Silent Hill 2 remake that we want, it's going to be better than the short message just because it's imitating something that is of a high caliber, you know. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. These scenes with Laura, not Lisa, Laura. I'm never going to live that down. But
We met at the hospital last year.
I'm very impressed with the acting here and just how faithful it is. But again, they're not afraid to do something a little different. Like here, they completely changed how this first encounter works. They're forcing us into this garage area, which we did see this garage in the original game, the garage door, but we didn't have to crawl under it and all that. The radio, that's all part of it. So I'm really encouraged by it. I hope that you guys enjoyed checking this out with me. I enjoyed chatting with you guys. Look at this. Rip Silent Hill, dude. Are you seeing this hate right now? Wait. Look at this. Rip Silent Hill. I'm worried. Yeah, it looks amazing. Why all the hate? Silent Mess. I don't know. Some people just hate to hate. And I think that some people, it's such an amazing game. It is like a top 5 game. It is my favorite game ever. Is it ever going to live up to the potential of what it could be in my mind? Probably not. But people are saying Silent Hill 2, the woke. Based on what, dude? That word is so overused, it means nothing at this point. Like, what about that was woke? Like, nothing, dude. The only thing I'm a little worried about is that they did tone down the nurses, but it's a different design. They're trying something different. I don't know. Why did they change Maria's skirt? Did they? I don't know. Looked good to me. Let me see. Let me see Maria's skirt. I don't know. She's showing leg. I don't know. Looks the same to me. But yeah, that's what I don't get, why people hate on something for no reason. We're in this place in nerd culture where everything has to be a weapon in a culture war, and it has to be like you go into it with this notion that it's going to be bad, so you just look for validation for that opinion. You're not going in with an open mind. Now, to be fair, I'm going into this with the mindset of I trust Bloober Team, and I love Silent Hill, so I'm biased in favor of it. I will freely admit that. But this is also my favorite game ever, and I like to think that I'm a level-headed guy, so I also said things like, you know, Angela's voice, I don't know if I'm sold on. I don't know if I'm sold on Angela's facial design. I'm not sure I'm sold on the nurses and how they look. I can call things out, and a lot of people are going to be disappointed by the combat, I can tell you right now, because it is not going to be any deeper than what we saw, in my opinion. So I'm not expecting it. I don't even care if it is or not, because it's all about the story. It's all about the atmosphere. It's all about the psychology. So, you know, I'm definitely coming to it from a different mindset. You've never been an overly critical person? See, that's the thing is I feel like I'm critical, but I'm fair. You know, and the fact is I also have this experience of working in the creative space, and I understand the limitations of the creative process and development and stuff. So I think I have a bit of both. You know, like I really am a fan. I feel like a lot of these people that are just like always criticizing stuff, I have to wonder if they really actually love anything. You know, and I can get into that mindset as a super fan, but I can also point out like nitpicky stuff. You guys know that I always pick apart things, especially when I don't like something. I get overly critical. But I don't know. I feel like I have that, but I also have like I'm a level-headed guy. I like to think I am anyway. I don't know. You guys will have to decide that for yourself if I am or not. I mean, if something is bad, I'll be honest, but if I love something, I'll tell you. Yeah, and I agree with that. And I was like, I was thinking about making a video reacting to some criticism of the Fallout show. I didn't end up making it. I might still make it, but I feel like the time in the algorithm has passed. But I saw a lot of people really criticizing the ending of the Fallout show and saying it's not realistic. And I feel like they missed the point because it's not trying to be realistic. It's trying to be a satire, a social satire. It's not trying to be, this will literally happen. It's trying to be, here is what the mindset of a certain group of people is exploded out of proportion. It's hyperbole. And they take artistic license, and that's the whole purpose of it. And the fact that that final scene takes place in this room that is stylized like Doctor Strangelove. I'm trying to say without spoiling it for people that haven't seen it, but that final scene with the big reveal takes place in this room that's like Doctor Strangelove. And if you've ever seen Doctor Strangelove, they're calling that movie out specifically because they're trying to emulate that tone where it's not supposed to be taken literally. That movie is Doctor Strangelove or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. And that is exactly what happened in that scene. And it is not supposed to be taken literally. And it drives me nuts when people, I think they know that, but they always, I don't know. People just need something to say. To me, video games are works of art. I agree. Some of them, not all of them, like, a multiplayer game, like X Defiant is not a work of art, but, stuff like this is, So I agree. I've never questioned that. It's always been a work of art to me, but video games have always had that underdog status where they have to prove that they are a work of art. And I think Silent Hill 2 was one of the early games that you could not argue that it's not art. Like, it would make you look stupid if you tried. So I think that's why it has such a reverence around it, and that people are going to be overly critical of a remake, which I understand. But I would love it if they would make the original one purchasable again in conjunction with this one. I don't know why they don't do that. Just throw it up on Steam, make it so that we can play it. Now, I understand, I think they lost some of the source code, so that might be difficult. But please, just put it up for us to purchase on Steam so that we don't have to buy it secondhand for $200 on Amazon or something like that. But yeah, I think that's why there's so much criticism around that. But yeah, I fully agree. Video games works of art. I love the artsy fartsy stuff, so I probably got on that wave early because I played games like, you know what? I actually have this. Hang on. Your boy grew up on games like this. This is what I grew up on. Okay, you see how good that artwork is? Hand drawn. Monkey Island 2, made by LucasArts. Okay, Lucasfilm's video game development company that Disney closed down. And this, I've always been on the Disney Star Wars hate train because the first thing that Disney did when they bought Lucasfilm was shut down LucasArts, which made some of the best games ever. So I have always had a hate for them. I gave them a shot with the first couple Star Wars movies. They blew it. But this is the kind of thing I grew up on. And when you play a game like this, there's no question that video games are art. Like, this is just a movie, in an interactive medium. It's an animated film with, clever comedy, over-the-top silly stuff, really surreal, just like creativity. But I've always been in that mindset that video games are art because I grew up on stuff like that. I loved adventure games, King's Quest and stuff like that. And I think we've got to a point where the writing is even of a higher quality, and especially the acting, because there's more budget behind these things. But yeah, gaming means a lot to me as well. And that's why Walking Dead Destinies is just garbage. Yeah, it doesn't even come close to any... The fact that I still get comments every couple days about people defending that game, it's like, you guys just don't play many games. It's kind of sad. Like, if you are a person who plays games regularly, you know the potential that is there. If you don't play games ever, you probably play, it's like, oh, it's kind of fun. It's like, you don't understand. But yeah, gaming means a lot to me as well. Gaming, honestly, even though I'm a film professional and I do plan to direct films and write books and all that, video games is my favorite art form. It will always be that way. I would love to write games, but, I tried programming. It's not for me. But I would love to work in the game industry at some point in my career. I hope to. But, yeah, video games, it's my favorite. I think it has, like, infinite potential just because, like, it's all of our art forms. Everything we've learned from every art form up to this point can be used in a video game. You know, in the same way movies are like theater, but also like photography, but also like music and all these other things, it's the same thing with video games to the next level because of the interactivity. And there's a lot of potential, I think, in stories in gaming that hasn't quite been capitalized on, like the choice-based thing. It's always very limited, you know, like Mass Effect and stuff. You make these choices, but they don't really affect the story that much just because of the reality of game development that you can't make like 30 different games. But I would love to see somebody try to do that. And I hope that happens.